Hello and welcome to another Kamen Rider HG review. It's been a while for one of these, but anyway, this is HG Kabuto, and it's got a few Hibikis and even an Agate figure in here. The number will be on the title, of course. So yep. The main attraction is of course Swan and a bee. No, I mean Drake, not Swan. I hate Drake. Stupid makeup artist, stupid rider. But anyway, look at the paper, and you got these two. You got Todoroki. No, that's the darker one. That will be Zangi. The woman from Hibiki, I forgot her name. Black RX is Robo rider. Forgot what that monster is, and of course another Agito. And I got the usual information, adverts and more links and such. You can, take a longer look at those on the Facebook link below. And look at the album. Of course, released outside of Bandai Japan. You always get a multi-language thingy, majig. That is also the photo has also been taken and put on Facebook, so you can go right ahead and go there. So let's take a look at the figures. So first we have Drake. As much as I don't like the character, the rider suit itself is okay. You can see here the guns been molded pretty well. There's a lot of detail going on. It's just lacking a few bits of paint here and there. It's not like this isn't like digital grade where everything is so highly detailed. This is sort of like one of the older kind of things. But molding wise, the detail is there. Maybe on the gun a few bits of detail is slightly, maybe it's too much paint on it and it's a bit sort of blurry. But for example, the dragonfly rings on this body. The pattern there is really good. If I can get under the light, see that? A lot of detail going on there. Not much else going on with him. He's just like all the other Kabuto riders. He has like that pattern on his leg, tramp down on his butt, of course. I mean, yeah, this is a good representation of what the character suit is like in the show. Can't fault the figure. Just like I said, I don't like the character. Next we have the bee, using the, in his attack pose, use his stinger, so I just move his arm up a little bit. Stinger's pretty okay, I guess. It's got the gold and the orange. They actually bothered to put some orange paint on this, just for this part. Also note the red dots on the helmet, so that's a nice little touch, because usually these figures, they'll just pick, a few main colors that they have to use and can't get away with, and for example, usually they won't have orange. They're just like Drake's gun. They didn't paint that. But again, molding detail wise, everything is there. A bit smudgy here and there, but in terms of the helmet, it looks fine, and little bee patterns on his torso is actually pretty good. Next, let's go to the Hibiki rider. This woman, she really, there's not much going on with her. She doesn't have a, actual rider belt, so there's no details going on there. And most of the detail, to be honest, it's on her helmet. And yeah, it's pretty good. Separate piece of plastic that's actually glued onto the head. More detail-wise, it's got the expression there. But I really can't say too much about it, because I think a character wasn't even meant to be like this in the original script before they made it more mainstream Kamen Rider. So she was only in 2 episodes, but she was okay. Her story arc was a bit crap, but the figure's fine, to be honest. Next we have him. His axe guitar actually has a display sort of stand, but for the love of God, I can't get him into the correct pose. In the picture, he has his hand like this, and the guitar sort of in there, and he's kind of holding it, but I can't actually, get it in there. So the best I can do. His hand doesn't even actually hold the black bit properly. If I take the... I guess you're meant to not use the display. So, I mean, then he can sort of hold it like that. But if you're using the display and you're stabbing the thing in there, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm doing it the right way. No, that doesn't. So, but anyway, the guitar itself, a lot of details on the front and the back. Not too much, again, not too much painted detail, but these figures are actually pretty cool if you know how to paint. And they have the base colors there, you just have to paint the bits that are missing. So anyway, he's actually suffering a little bit on the molding detail department, because the little logo on his head is actually really smudged. I can still see the face on it, but it's just bleh. So that's not so good. No actual rider belt and stuff. I mean, color-wise, the metallic bluish green is really good, but no painting on the back. Let's see on the back belt there. At a glance, he's okay, but more a closer look, and you realise there's actually quite a bit missing with him. So next we have another Agito. He's faring pretty well. He's one of those special anniversary ones where, you know, they have a display stage and they're just standing in the standard pose, and he's looking good. There's even details under the wings. They bothered to mold that. He's good in that he doesn't have too much detail on the back of his body. They even bothered to paint the back silver, his belt. So because he doesn't have too much detail on the back, they don't have to worry about it for the figure. As for the front, the belt's pretty decent. There's a bit of a paint smudge, but the molding wise, it's a bit better than the other ones we've seen so far. And yeah, his helmet's pretty good. His horns are solid enough; they don't feel like breaking, so that's decent. Next we have this crazy monster, which I swear his back bits are almost the same molds as the ones with Kamen gills when he has the red bits coming out of him. And it must be the same sort of, but they're not exactly the same, but I imagine they used the same molds and then adapted them a little bit for this guy, or vice versa. But he looks good. I can't remember who he is. I think I recognize him. He's from Black RX maybe? Because he's got that design style. But he's got these tiny horns that poke out and look really good, and these back claw pieces are pretty solid. It's just a nice, decent, shiny figure. I'm sure I'll find out who he is when I type in, when I'm looking for the name of this HG release, the number. So this is a Japanese site that has all of these characters. Finally, we have Black RX Robo Rider. He's pretty good. He's like Robocop. He's got that pistol thing going on. He can actually sort of pose a little bit. He can be like, "What time is it? It's time to shoot." Bang. I mean, you know, these aren't pose figures, but because they're on a round peg, so you can sort of do that. Detail-wise, he's a bit lacking. Molded detail's sort of there, but the belt is slightly smudged. No, because no actual paint on there. Because if you remember, when it transforms to Robo Rider, there's a lot of circuitry going on the actual belt, and you're just going, "Oh my god, how the hell are they going to do this on this cheap little figure?" Well, they didn't. So it's just a few lines and dots here. They didn't bother painting it, but I guess if you got like a decal or something, you can like apply to it and try to fix that. The gun itself is also pretty simple design, and his fingers sort of poking through the gun hole, but not really. He suffered from being in the bag for too long, and his horns sort of like warped, but that's an easy fix with hot water and such. So that's him. So overall, this is a pretty decent release. Uniqueness of this is because the woman Hibiki rider and the monster, and also the Black RX Robo Rider, because you can't really get them in any other kind of capsule figurine toys. With another Agito and Zangi-san, you can get different versions of them in sort of action pose and all that, so they're not. So these guys are nothing too special. Special ones is this one, cool monster, and her. Even these two, you can sort of get them in different things, so not too special. However, there were two different people who were using the B armor, so you probably want to get more than one of these, so you can put them together and like, well, those are the two characters. So anyway, subscribe, just comment below, check out Facebook link for the photos on this review, and of course, take care and have a nice day. Bye.